What is going on, everybody? It is Destroy with Astro DFS. Starting off on this Tuesday afternoon, talking about quarterbacks. So it's kind of interesting this week. Deshaun Watson is the only 7K quarterback. Decent amount of 6K quarterbacks, and still some cheap under 6K quarterbacks. Really good matchups. I think DraftKings, DK, whatever you want to call it, did pretty good this week with quarterback pricing. Um, some of the quarterbacks down here: Philip Rivers 55, Gardner Minshew 54, Stafford 52. Some fairly good prices. Josh Allen, Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray up there in prices as well. So yeah, let's just start it off. Deshaun Watson, been on fire lately. Been playing really good. The only problem is they're going to play Indianapolis Colts at Indianapolis. Um, at 7,000, be the most expensive quarterback here, playing a defense that just shut out the Chiefs not too long ago. Yeah, it's kind of worrisome. Colts do allow a decent amount of completions. Um, they're probably one of the least passed upon teams in the league. I think top 5 least passed upon. Only 166 pass attempts against them. Their touchdown to interception rate is 10-2, which favors quarterbacks, but they only allow 1,300 yards, which is in the bottom 10 or top 10 for defenses. So really good defense of not allowing a lot of yards. It's just when they're in bad field position, they give up a decent amount of touchdowns. So like I said, it's just the way they've been playing. Darius Leonard, we still don't know if he's going to return. If he does, it just makes the defense even better. Not too high on that defense or on Deshaun Watson at 7,000, just not too high on it. Lamar Jackson, 6,800 at Seattle. Seattle, on the other hand, is a team that allows a lot of yards. Touchdowns, yeah, 8-6 touchdown to interception rate. Kind of worrisome there. They're another team that doesn't allow a lot of completions. 230 attempts, 147 completions, and Russell Wilson's going to be without Will Dissly, so it's unless Luke Wilson can step up on that tight end role and help out, DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett are going to have to do a lot of work. Granted, Brown really stepped up last week. I think he got 2 touchdowns to help Russell Wilson. But yeah, that's I really don't like Russell Wilson. Or Jackson, both of them. Baltimore just upgraded their defense to get Marcus Peters from the Rams. And I honestly would prefer Russell Wilson here than Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson just came off one of his best rushing games yet. Like I said, the Seahawks give up a lot of yards. Baltimore just upgraded their defensive backs. I just don't like either quarterback for this week, especially at the pricing. I just don't. Kyler Murray's interesting. So the Giants allow, I think, top 2. Second only to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who allowed Jared Goff that 500-yard game. So Giants give up a lot of yards. They've only allowed 10 passing touchdowns, and they've intercepted the ball 6 times. Granted, their schedule hasn't been as good lately, and with Daniel Jones stepping in, I mean, they just played the Patriots. They didn't look too bad. They definitely got to Brady, and they've been improving. Kyler Murray at 6,700, we just really haven't. Like I said, he could throw. He can. We've seen it. He got 31.8 fantasy points last week, 340 yards, 3 touchdowns. He could throw the ball. It's just, he's 6,700. It's a lot. It's a big risk. Like I said, the Giants have only allowed 10 passing touchdowns, which is a decent amount, but they've also intercepted 6 times. They allow a lot of yards. Arizona can move the ball. They can. It's just the Giants' defense is weirdly clicking lately. Not in an elite level by any means, but good enough. Yeah, it's just his price tag. Like if he was 62, 63, somewhere around there, I would love Kyler Murray. Like love him so much for this week. It's just 6,700. It just depends on what receivers, running backs, tight ends you can get in there, and if it allows, yeah, Kyler Murray, not terrible. He's probably my favorite expensive quarterback above 6,600. 6,500. Oh man, we have Josh Allen. Um, so they're playing Miami. Surprisingly, is in the top 10 for passing yards allowed. Yeah, Miami. They've allowed 14 passing touchdowns, only intercepted one time, and that was Dak Prescott. Josh Allen, coming off an injury, looked he looked okay last week. He's still a running back or quarterback. Sorry, it looks like a running back with the attempts he gets, but he's still a quarterback that can run the ball. As you can see, the lowest attempts he's got was 5 against New England, and that's New England. I mean, that's just standard. But I mean, he played New England, gets 11 points. Plays the Jets week 1, gets 19. Played Tennessee last week, got 18, and then you see his games against Cincinnati and the Giants, and yeah, you haven't really seen him explode. I don't know if he's capable of it, but if it's going to happen, it's going to happen this week. He's one of those quarterbacks that great matchup. If his receivers are healthy, and if Singletary's in the game, I love some Josh Allen at 6,500. I really do. Really good matchup at home. Just yeah, screaming, play me, definitely. Aaron Rodgers, 6,400. So I ended up falling asleep at the end of the game and saw that Green Bay came back to win. I don't know if Allison or Scantling came back, but they both went out and they somehow won the game. Devontae Adams should be back for this game against Oakland, and they're at home. It's just worrisome if there's no other receivers than Devontae Adams. Granted, Aaron Rodgers is an Aaron Rodgers, and we've yet to see him in that many Sunday slates. Playing an Oakland defense that's had a terrible second half. Decent first half. The second half, they just really fall apart. They don't allow that much yards, too. Only 1,300 yards. 11 touchdowns, a 3 interception rate, and Aaron Rodgers is not a quarterback that throws a lot of interceptions, so I'm not worried about the interceptions here. And Aaron Rodgers just knows how to attack defenses. Granted, this week I think they might go Aaron Jones a lot more than they did last night, so that kind of worries me because I think they might get back in the system of splitting 50-50. Just depends on injuries for Rodgers. Definitely not a bad play at 6,400. 6,300. Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan's a quarterback that throws the ball. Like, we know he throws the ball. He's playing a Rams defense that is just falling apart. Granted, Aqib Talib is hurt. They just traded Marcus Peters. And Aaron Donald is just getting triple teamed. Aaron Donald's not playing bad. If he's getting triple teamed, that means 2 other linemen have to commit to blocking him, and it's just the Rams have yet to blitz that much. So, Matt Ryan against the Rams, I'm not going to say is a really good play yet here. They only allow a 9-5 touchdown interception rate. 1,500 yards, and Matt Ryan's just a quarterback who throws the ball. They're not going to run the ball against the Rams, in my opinion. They're going to have to throw it. And the Rams should fight back. So maybe we see another 300-yard game for Matt Ryan, as we could see. Yet to go below 300. I mean, hit 2 games with 30s, and then 3 games with at least 23, and 1 below 20, but that was against a Tennessee defense. Playing a defense that just, their corners are gone now, so it opens up a lot more. So I'm not totally against Matt Ryan here. Not one of my favorite plays here, but if I need $6,300 for a quarterback, I'm taking Matt Ryan, especially over Jared Goff, who just had one of the worst quarterback performances we've seen. I think worse than Baker Mayfield. The man got 2.12 fantasy points, 13 for 24 for 78 yards. Granted, he's going to be playing. an Atlanta Falcons team that just allows passing, 15 touchdowns to 2 interceptions. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm liking Jared Goff a lot more right now, looking at it. They're at Atlanta, but to me, Jared Goff and that Rams team just got shut down. I don't think that's going to happen again, especially against Atlanta. I can honestly see Jared Goff going off now. I really can. I don't think quarterbacks ever get shut down like that and repeat. We've seen some okay games from him, some decent games. Threw over 300 yards twice. We just seen him throw under 100 yards, and then we seen him throw 186. So yeah, maybe I like Jared Goff a little bit. Maybe we'll see. Daniel Jones, if this play for me, if the Giants are healthy, if they have Shepard, Ingram, Tate, Barkley, I love Daniel Jones. I do. Probably going to be one of my favorite plays here. Really good pricing. One of the best matchups here. Arizona's not picked off a quarterback all year. Granted, I think Daniel Jones throws Arizona's their first pick, especially with Patrick Peterson coming back. But in all honesty, they have a good offense. They do. If Barkley's in there, they have a really good, one of the best tight ends right now in Evan Ingram. Granted, he's been hurt, so we haven't got that much exposure to him. But you still have Golden Tate, really good receiver. Sterling Shepard, we've seen he could be a really good receiver. And then, like I said, you have Saquon Barkley, top 3 running back in the league. So Daniel Jones, probably one of my favorite plays if that team's healthy. Jimmy Garoppolo, granted they're going to be playing Washington. They run the ball. San Francisco, go after the running backs, don't go after Garoppolo. Garoppolo could throw 6 touchdowns here. I just don't. We haven't seen him do it. Washington's defenses look decent. And we could see that San Francisco has 4 running backs they love. So I do rather go a San Francisco running back than I would Jimmy Garoppolo, in all honesty. Kirk Cousins going against Detroit's defense. Kirk Cousins has 2 back-to-back good games. It's another divisional game. They're going to be at Detroit. I think Detroit's going to go out for blood after last night. I don't like Kirk Cousins as much this week. It just depends on Detroit's defensive injuries. If they got a couple key players out, maybe I like Kirk Cousins a little more. It just depends on the injuries. Jacoby Brissett, solid quarterback, playing a okay defense. Not a terrible defense, but not the best either. They're 5th in passing yards allowed, 11 touchdowns to 3 interceptions, but they've played some pretty offensive heavy teams lately. And Jacoby Brissett's not a guy that just balls out. We haven't seen him ball out yet. So not one of my favorite plays, especially at 5,600. It's a good price, but just haven't seen him explode yet. Andy Dalton playing Tennessee, or not Andy Dalton, I'm sorry. Phillip Rivers playing Tennessee, 5,500. Melvin Gordon and Eckler have not looked solid lately. Phillip Rivers hasn't either, especially with having his weapons. Tennessee's defense has been really good. It's just their offense has been so terrible. It makes the defense look a little bad, but Tennessee's got a really good defense. I like Chargers running backs here than I do Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers can explode. We've seen him do it. They're going to be away, so it kind of leans towards Tennessee more than it does Phillip Rivers. So, like I said, I'd probably go Eckler or Gordon and Phillip Rivers in this. Andy Dalton playing Jacksonville is a terrible matchup, in my opinion. Jacksonville's not the same without Jalen Ramsey. But unless Andy Dalton has AJ Green, John Ross, Tyler Boyd, and Mixon playing good, I'm not a huge fan of Andy Dalton ever, even at 5,400. Vice versa, Gardner Minshew lost me a lot of money last week. At 5,000, had a great matchup. This week, he's at 5,400, has another great matchup, playing Cincinnati. The Bengals... it's hard to say. We've seen the Bengals defense play pretty good. We've seen them play pretty just terrible. And Jacksonville seems to be going on Fournette. It's a great matchup for Fournette again. But maybe we see Gardner Minshew go back to that consistency he was at of getting at least 20 fantasy points a game. I can see him do it. Bengals have a pretty average defense, 8-2 touchdown interception rate, and their completion percentage is a lot worse than a lot of teams. So maybe Gardner Minshew. Plus, he can run the ball. And we just saw what Lamar Jackson did against Cincinnati. I'm not saying Gardner Minshew is anywhere near Lamar Jackson's athleticism there, but he can't run. So maybe if I need to save money, I'll go Gardner again this week, but it's going to be pretty hard after what he did to me last week. Teddy Bridgewater playing my Bears at home. Don't like it. It's a lot of bias right there. I just don't like it. Bears have one of the best defenses in the league. Only allowed 4 passing touchdowns this year, 4-4 touchdown interception, and only 1,200 passing yards. And Teddy Bridgewater been playing good, but it's a non-favorable matchup for him. Matt Stafford playing Minnesota. We've seen what he did last night. Divisional game home. He's going to need to play. I just like Minnesota's defense way too much here. I don't really like divisional games. Kind of complicated to guess of what's going to happen. Like I said, it's just Stafford home maybe brings me a little interest, but not that much. And there's just Gardner Minshew at 5,400. I'd rather go Minshew than Stafford at this point with the matchup. Trubisky questionable to play New Orleans. Even if he does play, the Saints defense has been looking a lot better lately. Give up a decent amount of passing yards, probably average defense in passing yards. 8 touchdown to 3 interception ratio, and they do allow a lot of completions. It's just he's banged up. We don't know if he's gonna play. It looks like he is gonna play though. From what I'm hearing, 5,100. It's maybe. It's a big maybe. One of the players you have to watch for injuries for, especially if they have Taylor Gabriel back. Derek Carr playing Green Bay, terrible. Do not like. And other than that, that's it. Marcus Mariota is gonna be bench. Maybe we see Ryan Tannehill in. Case Keenum playing San Francisco. No. So that's it. That's it for quarterbacks, guys. Longer video in what I wanted, especially with how many quarterbacks there are, but doesn't really matter. So yeah, definitely some guys that just stand out right off the bat that I love, high, mid, and low. And some guys we're just going to have to watch for injuries, information, stats, all that, just to plug in to maybe give me more interest. But yeah, that's my picks for this week for quarterbacks on Tuesday. Tune in every day to see a different position, and then Sunday to see some lineup strategies that we do. If you did enjoy the video, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and follow us on Twitter, and we will see you in the next video, guys.